There are a lot of climbers training off the wall to improve on the wall. They want to improve their strength, mobility, endurance to increase their climbing performance, but training these separate properties does not always translate to the complex riddle solving we have to do on the wall. The part that they are missing is to practice the skill to go smoothly from one position to another in the most efficient way possible. So today we're going to cover a 30-minute workout on how you can increase your capacity to move fluently on the wall, improve your climbing, and decrease your risk of injury by training our antagonistic patterns in a true climbing specific way. So let's get started. So these exercises can be done almost everywhere, you just need an open floor. You can integrate the sequence before or after your climbing session, on a separate day, or if you're injured and not able to pull hard on your fingers for a while. This is a very easy game that will prepare your body for the unexpected positions you might find yourself in when climbing. It will also be the foundation from where we will start our next patterns on. It's a great one because it lets you decide your own level to work on and allows you to be creative. If you want more warm-up inspiration, you can check the link in the description. Start by supporting yourself on all fours, and we will always move the limb that's closest to our starting point first. In this case, that's my foot, followed by my hand, followed by another foot. Our aim is not to place them forward in a brainless way, but really try to explore various ranges and try to twist yourself in some weird positions. Try to always lift the last limb as slowly as possible with control, and try to avoid sliding your limb over the floor. Cover some distance for around 2 minutes and then progress to a more open form. Now the restriction of lifting the last limb falls away, and you will just move freely through the space on all fours for again 2 minutes. You can lift 1 or 2 limbs simultaneously, explore your contralateral and ipsilateral support positions, and explore body areas that might feel a bit tight, and try to never stop moving. The next addition to this sequence will help you to further condition your pressing moves and shoulder extension. Place your hands on the floor and walk your feet as far forward as possible. It might be a bit tricky at first, but try to pass through the gate in a crossed leg position. Go 5 times as far as possible forwards and backwards, and make your transition through the gate as smooth as possible. Now go back to your free form of the previous exercise and try to add a forward or backwards gate in your sequence. Again, maintain the fluidity, and even if you get stuck, just accept it and continue moving. The third element we will add is one as seen in the previous drop knee video. To watch the full breakdown you can rewatch it here, but we will quickly recap the sequence. Start from a straddle sit on the floor and pull your toes towards your knees. Move your feet as a pair of windshield wipers from their vertical position towards a horizontal position, just as you would when rotating inwards with a drop knee. Repeat it for 2 minutes and go from this large position towards a smaller position. Make sure your foot is in contact with your heel and try to open and close the position simultaneously. Perform it again for 2 minutes and now add a hip lift. Once you are upright, lower yourself back to the floor without falling down and retake the position on the other side. Once you did this for 2 minutes, you will continue towards a full deep squat. Practice your full circle for 1 minute towards one side and 1 minute towards the other. If you have a good understanding of this pattern, you can add it to your flow sequence. You start again by walking on all fours in the previous variation and try to integrate your rotational L-sit. Don't forget to add your forward and backwards gates. If you want, you can try to link both patterns by going through your gate and immediately initiate your rotational L-sit from the straddle sit. Explore this new sequence again for 2 minutes and proceed to the next pattern. Start again from your straddle sit and go to your tuck position with your ankle in contact with your knee. This time you won't go towards your hip lift, but you will tumble your hip towards the other side. Return to the previous position and repeat it on the other side for 1 minute. For the next minute, repeat the same sequence and try to elongate your right leg. This is the movement that will help you generate momentum in the next step. Repeat it for 1 minute and proceed to the next one, where we will use it to get up from the ground. Repeat the tumble and use the momentum of the leg to get yourself up from the floor. Sit back in your straddle position and repeat it on the other side. Make sure to bring your weight over your arm to go towards the upright position and keep the feet on the floor in the first stage. If you understand the motion, you can start by detaching your feet from the floor by performing a small kick in the air. Once this starts to feel good, you can try to kick the first leg higher in the air. This will help generate a very large elastic force on your trailing leg and will create this high whip effect. Once you have practiced this variation in isolation, it's time to add it to your full sequence. Walk around on all fours and again play with the different variations that we already saw. Just as in the previous sequences, avoid stopping and make your transitions as fluid as possible. For our fourth and final element, we will have a pattern that has a great transfer to rockovers and climbing. This pattern is called a Cossack Insertion. It will give you a good understanding of movement possibilities with your hip close to your foot. Start from a deep squat and, just as seen in the previous rockover video, place one hand somewhere around you. Take a small hop and thread the same leg of the hand that you planted through the gap you created. Use your hands to support your weight and rock over on the threaded leg. Rotate inwards from this end position and place your hands over your legs. Push the ground away, take a small hop again and get back to your deep squat. Once this goes well, you can try to remove the hand support and use the unthreading of the leg to pull yourself to a handstand position. In this moment we have gathered all our separate positions. Now it's time to bring them all together. You can tailor the intensity to your current capacities by using the entry levels of each variation, where you keep the center of gravity close to the floor. Or you can build up towards the harder progressions. Take around 4 to 5 minutes of time to create a full flow with all the different elements learned. Your main attention point is to not stop the movement even if you made a mistake. Keep it light and fluent and dare to find new connections between all the different patterns. Once your next session on the wall will take place, try to remember these attention points. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you want more movement insights to further improve your climbing.